The Minister of State Joseph Harmon says that the transition is proceeding apace, especially since the transition between governments is not an everyday affair.
This is basically the second time that we're having a change of government in almost 50 years of this country. So it is something that we are not really, have not become accustomed to. So what we hope to do is to establish a clear procedure where by democratic means governments are elected. Governments, when they lose power, they come out of power and another government come in. The transition should be seamless.
This time around, the previous administration and the present one have set up a transition team to resolve difficulties. He said that to date, the transition have been relatively smooth. Commenting on the abundance of skills, Harman said that there seems to be no shortage.
The coalition brought with it the will, the experience, and the enthusiasm of a large volume of Guyanese people.
Many have come from the diaspora volunteering their skills.
I have a bunch of CVs on my desk of people who want to make a contribution to Guyana. Some of them have actually said they are prepared to come and do it free. There are some places, of course, where you have people who are working, who are being paid to work, but were not doing government work. They were part of what I call the gravy train, but the gravy train has been brought to a halt.
This decision to halt the gravy train has led to the dismissal of some people and the revocation of the terms of employment offered by the present administration.
And I don't call it witch hunting. The president doesn't call it witch hunting. It is what we call cleaning up government. It's not witch hunting. It's really making the government accountable. It's making people who work in public service understand that it is public service they are providing. And that if you had been engaged in practices that were inimical to the interest of public service, inimical to the interest of the people of this country, then you have to go.
He said that the structures of the government have begun to function. There have been decisions taken at the highest level of the government, cabinet. At that level, there has been one decision to audit several entities.
I think over 30 entities that are related to the state, the cabinet approved of audit for those. Because you remember that the Minister of Finance made certain statements about the condition of the consolidated fund. And I can say to you that since, I think over 2 weeks ago when he made that statement, since then, he has been doing an excellent job in ensuring that funds for the consolidated funds actually go there.
Harman said that the government is concerned about the recovery of state assets. Therefore, in conjunction with the audits, there is to be a development of a state asset recovery unit.
This will basically deal with assets that have been siphoned off, that belong to the state, that had been siphoned off by individuals, not only here in Guyana but abroad. We are linking with international organizations, and we are basically looking at the international best practices.
He said that the government has been offered assistance in some regard. There is an estimate of between 300 billion and 500 billion being siphoned off every year. The higher figure was released by the World Bank, according to Mr. Harman.
Even if we were to recover 10% or 20% of that amount of money, you can see what it will do for the state of the country and the state of the economy. And that's only in 1 year.
Reporting for Prime News, Miguel Bacchus.